Hello everyone, it is Yozu again, and in today's video I'll be talking about Arena 101. So this is actually be a beginner's guide for the arena. I'll show you how you can actually build some arena teams for like the very start of the game. So you don't need to invest a lot, you don't need to have like some OP champions and stuff like that, but you are gonna get some champions that are gonna help you move up your ranks for a while. Why is Arena super important? Arena is mostly important because of these affinity bonuses. So whenever you get these arena medals, you can upgrade these great hull bonuses and get some, not some, like a lot of boosted stats. Like for example, in here you can see all spirit affinity champions are getting 80 accuracy just from this, so nothing else, only this. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and see what you should build for the early game. So I was inspired to make this video because of some of my friends that started playing the game and they're like legit clueless on how to play in the arena. So like everybody is OP and stuff like that in the arena, early game arena, but actually when you take a closer look, they're not. Because some players do actually manage to pull early legendary champions, but even if you do pull a legendary champion, if you don't build him properly, he's not going to be useful. Let's go ahead and let's talk about the most basic and most efficient, at least in the early game, team that you can build for the arena, and that is a speed team. So for the speed team, for every arena team you have like 4 slots, 4 champions that you can use, but one of the most important things is the champion that's going to be in the lead, and that is a champion that has some aura that's going to help you move faster. So for the early game, you are actually gonna get Haikatun for free. She's actually an amazing champion for the early game. When I started playing the game, she wasn't there. She wasn't free to get champion, so I pulled her like quite late, and by the time I did pull her, I mean, I had like so much better options. So why would you actually go for Haikatun as a lead? Let's take a look at her skills and let's see aura. So aura determines what your team actually gets, like what bonus does your team get. So Haikatun's aura is to increase ally speed in all battles by 19%. Increasing speed in all battles by 19% means that you are gonna go ahead and like be much faster, 90% faster. Every member of your team actually is going to be 90% faster. So how would you build Haikatun? Actually, I would build her, you can build her with some accuracy in order to decrease turn meter of all enemies and stuff like that, but I actually wouldn't go for any accuracy. That's only my opinion, because I would try to build as much speed as I can on her so that she can actually open up with this skill, Rally of Horde, fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% and places increased speed buff on all allies for 2 turns by a 30%. So how would you build her? Try to build her like this. Go ahead and find, like, if you can find most equips from the speed sets, do it. So speed sets are gonna actually like give you, as you can see, 12% speed, so per 2 artifacts per set. So, but I have mine like randomly built. So she's not a champion that I use for arena, but if I did start playing the game again from the scratch, I would 100% use her for arena. So first thing, you're gonna go ahead and try to find boots that have main stat as a speed, and the rest of the stats are actually super not important. As you can see in here, I don't even have speed substat, which is a huge mistake. But if you take a closer look at the champion that I do use for arena, look at this, like Arbiter. Her main stat is crit damage, which is super useless on her, but she has like 24 speed in this. So yeah, main stats are not important for your speedster, just remember that. Only the important things are your substats, and those should be speed. Except for here, where main stat should be speed. So yeah, so try to build your speedster with as much speed as possible. If you can land like 200 plus speed with a speed aura, that would be amazing. So I mean, Arbiter is already mid-game-ish, but if you do manage to pull somebody like, let's say, Deacon Armstrong, who has the aura to increase speed in all battles by 19% and has turn meter manipulation in here, or maybe Gorgorev, who I did pull and he did help me tremendously. Arenas increase ally speed in arena battles by 23%, and then fills the turn meter of all allies by 15%, and then places 50% increase attack on all allies. Amazing, amazing for early to mid game. So yeah, that's like the main and first component of your speed team. So great speed lead. You can actually maybe go for a apothecary, even though his aura is not to increase speed, but he actually has some pretty decent speed stat, base speed stat, and has a boon of speed that places increased speed on all allies and fills the turn meter of all allies by 15%. So he can actually be used there as well. Maybe not as a lead, but can be used in your team. So now that we have a champion that has increased speed aura and that can help you improve your turn meter, that means that you are most likely gonna attack before your opponent. So the next thing that you're gonna be looking at is gonna be to decrease defense of your opponents. And for the early game, I actually do think this is by far the best champion that's gonna help you with that. That's War Maiden. Reason why she's the best champion for that is because of this. You can actually go ahead and farm this champion. So she's in here. You can like legit just go ahead, try it a lot of times actually, at least, but you can get her. She's like completely free to get champion. Her ability here, A3 Crumbling Blast, when ascended, attacks all enemies, has a 100% chance when booked of placing 60% decreased defense for 2 turns. Placing a decreased defense for 2 turns on all the opponents means that, as you can see, they are gonna receive a lot more damage from your attacks, from your nukers. And how do you build a champion like her? You are gonna go ahead and build her with as much accuracy as possible. So of course none of these champions are actually I do actually use for arena, so no War Maiden, no Haikatun, none of them, but you can actually go ahead and build her with, as you can see in here, 307 accuracy. I do use her for some PvE secret rooms, that's it, but try to build her with like around maybe 200 accuracy, because you're still like in the early to mid game. 200 accuracy, and try to build her only with as much speed as you can, but she has to be just a little bit slower than your aura, or yeah, aura champion or starting lead champion. So if you build like Haikatun, try to build her with like maybe 210 speed, then you are gonna go ahead and build War Maiden with like maybe 5 less speed, 10 less speed, 20 less speed, just not by a lot. So yeah, she's gonna attack next. Of course, if you if you had some luck and pulled like maybe some better champs like Stag Knight. Stag Knight is an amazing champion, has a chance to place a decreased defense, decreased attack. Not only him, but who else? I think Ugo has also decreased defense and block buffs. Deacon is amazing. Deacon can be both lead and decreased defense champion all in one. So yeah, if you did manage to pull some of these, they would be like a better option than War Maiden, but still, this is like your starting core. Haikatun, for example, and then you're gonna go ahead and build War Maiden. So just try to build as much accuracy as you can and speed. None of the other stats are important. So now that you have like decrease, now that you have like turn meter manipulation and solid aura and decrease defense, what you're gonna do is try to find someone who can actually nuke your opponents. So we have Kale in here. Kale is my starter. You can actually use whoever you want. Elhain actually does hit pretty hard as well, but Kale was my starter. And how are you actually gonna go ahead and build Kale or any other nuking champion? Depends on a couple of things. First things, you're gonna go ahead and check out his typing. So he is attack based champion. Next thing that you're gonna look at is this. His abilities scale off of attack. So if you build a lot of attack, he's gonna deal a lot more damage. Always try to, at least in the early game, try to find the champion that has this attacks all enemies ability. So even with Kiel, you don't have to build him like with 100% crit rate. He has extra 15% chance of inflicting critical hit, meaning you can build him with 85% crit rate, which would be enough. So once you build enough attack, you're gonna go ahead and build or try to build like 100% crit rate. My Kiel is horrible because I actually don't use him anywhere, but try to build like 100% crit rate on him, or as I said, actually 85% crit rate on him. Try to build some crit damage and attack. So that's it. Of course, you are gonna go ahead and build some speed on him. Not a lot of speed, but enough speed so that he can attack right after War Maiden. So as soon as War Maiden throws those decreased defenses, he's gonna go ahead and nuke with his A2. His A2 ability that is most likely gonna kill all of the opponents in the at least starting parts of the game. So yeah, that's like the main three core champions that you're gonna go ahead and use. Of course, you can go for some masteries. These are like PvE masteries, not PvP masteries, but no need to rush, at least in the very early stages of the game for the masteries. You can just go ahead and build him just like I've said. Another thing is that you can actually see from this build is that I don't have any accuracy on him, even though he's A1 throws poisons, A3 as well throws poisons, but you have to like think if you are going to use some champions only for arena or if you're going to use some champions for other parts of the game. For example, if you're going to use him for PvE as well, you are gonna go ahead and build some accuracy on him, but if you do build some accuracy in him, that means that your other stats are gonna suffer a little bit. But if you go ahead and build him for like purely for arena, then you don't need to worry for the accuracy. Just go ahead, all in attack, 100% crit rate, as much crit damage, and enough speed so that he can attack right after War Maiden. So yeah, those are like three main things how you're gonna go ahead and build your team. Of course, fourth member, you can actually go ahead and maybe use another nuker. If you do manage to pull like Elhain, you can go ahead. She's as well attack based champion. All her abilities also scale of attacks, so you can legit go ahead and build Haikatun, start in the lead, and then War Maiden to decrease defense, and then go ahead with Kale and Elhain to nuke all of your opponents. That's like the most basic way how you can play the game as a starter. So I'm gonna show you my speed team at least. This is not the speed team that I'm using. I mean, basically the same things I'm using for these ones, just like on a little bit higher level, as I can say. But my lead is gonna be Arbiter. She's in no way, shape or form any fast. She's at 345 speed, which is not a lot, especially in the higher gold or platinum. I think that there's a lot of players that have like 400 speed Arbiter. Next, and you can see her other stats, like legit nothing. She has 181 crit damage. She doesn't need any crit damage. She doesn't need like almost any of these stats. I just looked for some equips that have as much speed as you can possibly get on her, and that's it, nothing else. Next one, you can go ahead and who did I say? I did say someone who can throw decreased defense. So for example, Lydia Death Siren. Not a lot of accuracy on her. This is my clan boss build champion, but if not her, maybe somebody else who can throw decreased defense. Maybe Dracomorph. 403 accuracy. This is super underutilized Dracomorph. Please don't judge me for this one. I don't use him almost anywhere. I just use him for the decreased defense and weaken. Next up, I do have some champions that are gonna go ahead and do some control, which is Lysandra. She's just there to make sure that I don't get lapped or don't get interrupted by the opponents. I cannot find her, it's fine. And last but not least, you have to like have a nuker. So in my case, look, this Trunda is nothing impressive, so I don't have her like with proper sets, but and she's only at 5k, but this is the Trunda that I made, I would say like two and a half or maybe 3 years ago. I'm not quite sure, and almost haven't touched her ever since. So yeah, I think that maybe a much better option for a nuke is my Candyman, who is in a great set, amazing sets as you can see in here, a bit higher attack, around the same crit damage, but yeah, much better set. But let's go ahead and let's test this team in the arena. So this is like the same concept that I've been talking to you about. The only thing in here is, as I've said, this is a slow arbiter. So maybe not as slow as this one. I think I can outspeed these, but as you can see, she's a lead, increased speed in arena battles. She's gonna throw like increased turn meter, increased attack as well, which is gonna help Trunda hits so much harder. Then Lysandra is gonna decrease their turn meters, increase mine, and place an increased speed on me. Then Lydia is gonna throw decreased defense and weaken, and Trunda is probably gonna go ahead and one-shot all of them. This is not a hard opponent. I usually don't ever use like this team in the... Okay, Chris passive. Oh my god, I'm so scared. So let's go ahead. I never use speed team arenas in high gold. So this is like only for like early to mid kind of late game, not late game exactly, but yeah. As you can see, I did manage to attack first. This can be the only problem in here because of Chris, since he did manage to throw this huge shield. But let's see, let's hope I can at least kill someone. Okay, nice. I did manage to kill all of them except Chris, and Chris goes down as well. So as you can see, that's the main concept. So instead of Arbiter, you can go ahead and use Haikatun, you can go ahead and use Gorgorab. Instead of Lydia, you can go ahead and use War Maiden, and instead of Trunda and Lysandra, you can go ahead and use like some of the nukers, even Rhonda that you can get for free. I don't know if you can get her still, but she can actually deal some pretty serious damage. So yeah, that's how you build like a early game. That's how you build like an early game. I think this would be actually, if there's not hope in here, you can see this Sandat dude. If he didn't have like hope but he had War Maiden, this would be much better team. So basically this. So increased, great that I've seen this team. So increased ally speed in all battles by 19% thanks to Deacon. Then if he had War Maiden here, that's gonna go ahead right after Deacon. These two can actually go ahead and nuke all the opponents. Of course, you need to be faster than him, than my Arbiter, which is not the case in here, but that's how you build like the early to mid game arena team. So I have rambled for a while now. I'll just go ahead and show you this. This is like, I don't know why I actually tried to beat this team. Yeah, some extra arena points. But yeah, that's how you build a early game arena team. So hope you guys liked it. Of course, I wanted to mention something else. If you are struggling to find some champions that you can use for certain parts of the game, like you don't know who actually throws decreased defenses, you don't know who has great auras and stuff like that, this is the website that you can actually use. It's called AyumiLove, and in this website, so ayumilove.net, and in this website you can go ahead and try to like find whatever you want. So basically whatever you want. For example, you can see aura in here. Go ahead and click the aura speed, and it's gonna list all the champions that are gonna increase aura. For example, where is it? Arena speed, aura in arena, arbiter, astrolite, archmage, helmet, jingle hunter, skull crown, etc, etc. Then you can go ahead and go, for example, for decreased defense, AoE decreased defense. For example, here you can see Zargala, War Maiden, Ugo, Tylesia, Tyrell, stuff like that. Then you're gonna go ahead and maybe AoE attack. AoE attack, there's a lot of AoE attacks. Maybe this is like, I think this is maybe only A1 AoE attack. Yeah, probably A1 AoE attack. Yeah, that's A1 AoE attacks, but nonetheless, you can go ahead and see increase attack. You can legit find whatever you want, and yeah, that's how you can most easily build an arena team. So this actually went on for a while. Sorry for this one, but hope you guys liked it, and I hope this is gonna help you at least for the early parts of the game to beat that arena at least and get to gold. Pretty easy to get the gold ones. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you're gonna like this video and subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.